The kick came out of nowhere. Pius's Italian leather shoe slammed into Mary's ribs and sent her crashing into the Christmas display. Wine exploded across her black dress. Crystal ornaments shattered around her. She hit the marble floor hard, tasting blood. The entire mall went silent. Mary looked up from the floor. Wine dripped from her hair. Her elbow was bleeding. And standing over her, looking at her like she was garbage, was Pius Anderson, her ex-husband, the man who'd left her with nothing 3 years ago. "Stay in the gutter where you belong," Pius said. He straightened his fake Rolex, completely unaware of the 3 men in black suits who'd frozen 20 feet behind him. "Thought you could play dress-up in the rich people mall? I'd recognize a charity case anywhere, Mary." He had no idea. No idea she wasn't that broken woman anymore. The one who'd begged him to stay. The one who'd cried herself to sleep with $9 in her account. The one who'd survived on ramen and shame. He didn't see the platinum wedding ring under her glove. Didn't know about the penthouse she'd left that morning. Didn't know about the black card in her purse with no limit. And Pius definitely didn't know about her husband, Jacky Kim, Seoul's most dangerous underground king. The man whose security team was currently deciding how many bones to break. The man whose phone was ringing in her purse right now. Mary's hand shook as she answered. "Maria, are you hurt?" Jacky's voice was deadly calm. She watched Pius's face. Watched realization start to creep in like poison. He just kicked the wrong woman. In about 7 minutes, Jacky's motorcade would pull into the garage. This garage. The one his shell company actually owned. And Pius Anderson's entire world was about to burn. But he didn't know it yet. Right now, he still thought she was nothing. That was about to change. 6 hours earlier, Mary stood in their walk-in closet. It was bigger than the apartment she used to share with Pius. Designer clothes everywhere. Silk, cashmere, Italian wool. But she still reached for the simple black dress in the back. Old habits. "You're doing it again." Jacky leaned in the doorway, already dressed in a suit that cost more than a car. He looked dangerous. He was dangerous. But not to her. Never to her. Doing what? Hiding from your own closet. He crossed to her, hands on her waist, pulling her against him. "You're married to me now. Stop shopping like you're broke." She laughed. "I like simple things. I like spoiling you." He kissed her neck. "Let me. You spoil me every day just by loving me." His arms tightened. In the mirror, she saw that softness he only showed her. The cold-blooded king who built an empire from blood and loyalty melted for her alone. "Where are you going today?" "Christmas shopping. Riverside Mall." "Just browsing." Something flickered in his eyes. Jacky was protective. Obsessively protective. "Take Min-ho, Tae, and Juneseo. Baby, I don't need 3 bodyguards to buy presents." His jaw hardened. "Mary, you know what I am. What I do. You know the enemies." His hands tightened on her waist. Not painful but absolute. "You don't leave without security. Not negotiable." Steel in his voice. This wasn't her husband speaking. This was Kim Jae-kyung, the underground king. She touched his face. "Okay, I'll take them." The tension left his shoulders. "Thank you." He checked his watch. Patek Philippe. Rare. Expensive. Meeting in Gangnam. Home by 6. Dinner at 8. Where? That smile. Dark. Dangerous. Surprise. Wear the burgundy dress. Heat rushed through her. "You're impossible. Only for you, Maria." He kissed her. Deep. Claiming. Left her breathless. 2 hours later, Mary walked through Riverside Luxury Mall. Min-ho, Tae, and Juneseo stayed 20 feet back. The mall was all marble and chandeliers. Every store screaming money. Christmas decorations everywhere. Gold. Silver. Excessive. She still felt out of place. Designer bag on her shoulder. Louboutins on her feet. It didn't matter. Old wounds don't heal just because you marry rich. She still remembered hunger. Bank accounts with double digits. Pius's voice telling her she was too poor to love. She stopped at a jewelry store, looking at a bracelet for Jacky's mother. Then she heard it. Well, Mary Anderson. Or should I say Mary Charity Case. Every muscle locked. She turned. There he was. Pius Anderson. Older. Balding. Wearing a suit that didn't fit right. It's Kim now. Mary Kim. He laughed. That same cruel laugh. Oh, you got married? Let me guess. Some desperate old man. 20 feet away, Minho's hand moved toward his jacket. Tae's face went blank. Junaseo spoke quietly into his earpiece. Korean. Mary didn't notice. Her world had narrowed. I'm doing fine, Pius. I hope you are too. She tried to walk past. He blocked her. Fine? You? Mary, you were born to struggle. You're comfortable at the bottom. That's why I left. You were dragging me down. Old pain tried to surface. She pushed it down. Move. I have shopping to do. Shopping? Here. He looked her up and down. With what money? This mall is for people with real money, Mary. Not welfare queens playing pretend. She felt the shame trying to take root. That voice saying he's right. You don't belong. No, not anymore. Move, Pius. Or what? You'll call security? Sweetheart, I practically own. He never finished. Because that's when his shoe connected with her ribs. And Mary's world shattered with the Christmas ornaments on the floor. Before we go deeper into this revenge story, I want to wish you all the best of the season. Please subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment where you are watching from. Your support means everything. Let's continue this journey. 3 years ago, Mary wore a white dress from Target. $60. It was all she could afford. She'd been living in her sister's basement for 8 months, sleeping on an air mattress, working 2 jobs, still broke. Then she met Jacky at the convenience store where she worked nights. He came in at 2 a.m., blood on his knuckles, bought bandages and whiskey. She didn't ask questions. He kept coming back. 6 months later, he asked her to marry him. Not with a fancy proposal. Just looked at her one night and said, "Marry me, Maria. Let me take care of you." She said yes. The wedding was small, private. His people filled one side. Her sister filled the other. When Jacky slid the ring on her finger, she saw men in suits positioned at every door. Saw the respect in their eyes when they looked at him. Saw the fear. "You're mine now," he whispered against her lips. "No one will ever hurt you again. I promise you that." He kept that promise. Moved her into a penthouse. Gave her everything. But more than the money, he gave her safety. Protection. A man who would burn the world for her. She became the dragon's pearl. Untouchable. Mary had been having a good day. Actually good. She'd found a cashmere scarf for Jacky's mother. A vintage watch for his right-hand man, Minho. Christmas shopping felt normal. Almost peaceful. She stopped at a cafe inside the mall. Ordered a peppermint latte. Sat by the window watching people rush past with shopping bags. For a moment, she forgot about the bodyguards trailing her. Forgot about the underground empire. Just enjoyed being a woman buying Christmas gifts. That's when she saw him, Pius, walking toward the cafe. He hadn't seen her yet. She could leave. Should leave. But something kept her frozen. Maybe she wanted to see if it still hurt. If he still had power over her. He looked different. Older, yeah. But something else. Tired. Worn down. His suit was nice but rumpled. His shoes scuffed. He was on his phone yelling at someone. Then his eyes landed on her. Recognition flashed across his face. Then something ugly. Anger mixed with bitterness. He ended his call. Walked straight to her table. "Mary." Not a greeting. An accusation. "Pius." She kept her voice neutral. "Didn't expect to see you here. Thought you'd be at the dollar store or something." He laughed. No humor in it. "I'm just shopping." "Shopping. right? He pulled out the chair across from her. Sat down uninvited. You know, I've been having the worst month. Absolute worst. Business is tanking. Partner screwed me over. Banks breathing down my neck. And then I see you. Here. In this mall. Like you belong. She said nothing. You remember how you used to cry about money? He leaned forward. How you'd beg me to help with your bills. How pathetic you were. Pius. I don't want trouble. Trouble? I'm the one with trouble, Mary. My company is drowning. Know why? Because I got stuck cleaning up messes. Because people like you held me back for so long that I couldn't focus on success. I never asked you for anything you didn't offer. Bullshit. You were a leech. Always needing something. Always crying about being broke. I left you because you were dead weight. Minho appeared at the edge of her vision. She caught his eye. Shook her head slightly. Not yet. I'm sorry you're having business problems, she said carefully. But I'm not the reason. You're exactly the reason. His voice rose. People turned to look. I wasted 3 years with you. 3 years I could have spent networking, building, growing. Instead, I was stuck with someone who couldn't even keep a decent job. I worked 2 jobs while we were together. Yeah, and still couldn't pay rent. He laughed again. That bitter, cruel sound. You know what kills me? You're sitting here pretending to shop like you have money. Who are you fooling, Mary? Yourself. She stood. I have to go. He grabbed her wrist. Not hard, but firm. We're not done talking. Let go of me. Or what? His eyes narrowed. You think you're better than me now? You think because you put on some makeup and a dress that you're not the same broke bitch I left? Tay and 𝙍𝙊𝙎 moved closer. Flanking. Pius didn't notice. He was too busy spiraling. My life is falling apart and you get to just... What? Pretend you made it? That's not fair, Mary. That's not fucking fair. She pulled her wrist free. I'm leaving. Yeah, run away. That's what you're good at. Running and crying and playing victim. She walked toward the exit. Heart pounding. Hands shaking. He followed. You don't get to walk away from me, he said behind her. Louder now. You don't get to just disappear and act like you're somebody. She kept walking. Past the jewelry store. Past the designer boutiques. Trying to get to the exit. Trying to breathe. Mary! She turned. A mistake. His face was red. Twisted with rage. You ruined my life. You know that? Everything that's gone wrong is because I wasted time on trash like you. I didn't ruin anything. Yes, you did. Spit flew from his mouth. And now you're here, shopping, pretending you're not the welfare case I remember. Who's paying for this act? Huh? What sad bastard did you con into taking care of you? That's when she saw it in his eyes. Pure hate. And that's when his foot came up. The kick landed hard. Right in her ribs. Mary went down like she'd been shot. Hit the display table. Wine bottle tipped. Red liquid everywhere. Crystal ornaments exploded on impact. Glass scattered across white marble. She couldn't breathe. Pain radiated through her chest. She tasted blood. The crowd gasped. Phones came out. Someone screamed. Pius stood over her, chest heaving. That's where you belong. On the floor. Mary tried to push herself up. Her hands slipped in wine and broken glass. Her elbow was bleeding. Her dress ruined. You think you can disrespect me? Pius was yelling now, playing to the crowd. I made you. I gave you everything. And this is how you repay me. Security started moving toward them. Mall security. Rent-a-cops who had no idea what they were walking into. Sir, you need to step back. I own this mall, Pius shouted. Complete lie. I donate thousands to the charities here. This woman is harassing me. The crowd murmured. Some believed him. His suit looked expensive enough. His voice confident enough. But then someone in the crowd noticed the 3 men in black suits. Not mall security. Something else. Something dangerous. They weren't moving yet. Just watching. Waiting. And Pius, in his narcissistic rage, still hadn't noticed them. Minho moved first, one step forward, then Tae, then 𝙍𝙍𝘼𝙍. They formed a triangle around Pius, silent, expressionless, their hands loose at their sides. Mall security froze. Something in the air changed. Predators had entered the space. Pius finally noticed. He turned, saw Minho. "Who the hell are you?" No answer. "I said, who are you?" Pius puffed up his chest. "This is a private matter. Back off." Minho's eyes didn't blink, didn't move, just stared. "I'm talking to you." Pius jabbed a finger at Minho's chest. "Do you know who I am? I have connections. I know the owners of this. You don't." 𝙍𝙍𝘼𝙍's voice was quiet, flat, Korean accent thick. "What? You don't know the owners?" 𝙍𝙍𝘼 tilted his head slightly. "But we do." Pius looked between the three men. Something in their stillness finally registered. The way they stood, the way they didn't flinch, the complete absence of fear. "Look, I don't know what you think you saw, but we saw everything." Tae spoke now, also quiet, also deadly. Mary's phone vibrated in her purse, still lying there in the wine and glass. The custom ringtone cut through the silence. All three men looked at the purse, then at Pius. "Answer it," Minho said to Mary. Not a suggestion. Command. She reached for her phone with shaking hands. "Maria." Jacky's voice. Calm. Too calm. "Are you hurt?" Her voice cracked. "I'm okay." "Where is the blood coming from?" "My elbow. Just a cut." Silence. Then, "Lock it down." The mall's metal gates started descending. Every exit, every entrance. The grinding sound echoed through the atrium. People panicked, rushed toward exits that were already sealed. "What the hell?" Pius looked around. "What's happening?" 2 minutes later, the main doors opened. Just one set. 6 men walked in first. Black suits, earpieces, guns visible now. Then Jacky. He moved like death itself. Slow, deliberate. His eyes swept the crowd until they found her. On the floor, bleeding, wine-soaked. His expression didn't change, but the temperature dropped. He walked straight to Mary, ignored Pius completely, knelt in the wine and glass, cupped her face. "I'm here now," he whispered in Korean. "You're safe." Jacky pulled a handkerchief from his pocket. Italian silk. Pressed it gently against her bleeding elbow. His hands were steady, gentle, like she was made of glass. "Can you stand?" She nodded. He helped her up, kept one arm around her waist. Protective, possessive. That's when Pius finally spoke. "Who the hell are you?" Jacky didn't even glance at him, just kept his attention on Mary, brushing glass from her dress, checking her ribs where the kick landed. "I asked you a question." Pius's voice rose. "You can't just shut down a mall. I'll call the police. You're Pius Anderson." Not a question. Minho had appeared at Jacky's shoulder. He held a tablet. Age 42. CEO of Anderson Imports. Currently underwater with 3 loans totaling $2.3 million. Pius's face went pale. "How do you?" 2 of those loans are with Hanjin Bank. 1 with Seoul Capital Partners. Minho swiped the screen. Seoul Capital Partners is owned by Daehan Holdings. Daehan Holdings is owned by JK Enterprises. He turned the tablet around, showed Pius the corporate structure chart. At the top, Kim Jae-kyung, CEO. Jacky's legal name. "No." Pius's voice was barely a whisper. "No, that's not. You're 3 months behind on payments." Minho continued, emotionless. "We've been lenient, waiting for you to catch up. But you won't. Your company is bleeding money. Bad contracts. Worse decisions. You'll be bankrupt in 6 months." Pius looked at Mary, then at Jacky, then back at Mary. You married him?" Jacky finally looked at Pius. Really looked. His eyes were dead, cold. "You touched my wife." For words, spoken softly, but the entire mall felt them. Pius stumbled backward. "I didn't know. I swear I didn't. You kicked her. It was a mistake. An accident. You called her trash." Jacky stepped closer, still holding Mary. "You told her she belongs on the floor." "I was angry. My business." "Your business." Jacky's laugh was terrifying. No humor, just violence waiting. "Your business is mine. Your house is mortgaged through my bank. Your car is financed through my company. You exist because I allow it." He leaned in close, whispered something in Pius's ear that made him go white. Then Jacky straightened, looked at Min-ho. "Begin." Min-ho tapped his tablet. Within seconds, every screen in the mall switched to the same feed. Financial records, bank statements, emails, all of it screaming Pius Anderson's name. "Anderson Imports defaulted on employee pensions," Min-ho announced to the crowd. 17 families. Their retirement savings gone. The screens showed faces. Real people. Mary recognized one, an older man who used to work in Pius's warehouse. He'd always been kind to her. "Insurance fraud," Tay continued. "Claimed building damage that never happened. $340,000. More documents flashed across the screens. Forged inspections. Fake contractor invoices. All bearing Pius's signature. "Stop," Pius whispered. "Please stop." But Jacky said nothing, just held Mary against his chest. Watched his empire tear Pius apart piece by piece. Jun Seo stepped forward. Tax evasion. 3 offshore accounts in the Caymans. Assets worth $1.2 million hidden from the IRS. The crowd gasped. Phones were recording everything. This would be everywhere by tonight. "Your mistress," Min-ho said. "Jennifer Park. You've been paying her rent with company funds. Embezzlement." A woman in the crowd covered her mouth. Pius's wife, Mary, realized. She'd come shopping too. "I can explain," Pius started. "The charity gala last month," Tay interrupted. "You raised $80,000 for children's hospitals. Kept $65,000 for yourself. That broke something in the crowd. Stealing from sick kids. Even the people who'd believed Pius turned on him." Jacky finally spoke. "You're done, Anderson. By morning, federal agents will be at your door. By noon, you'll be in handcuffs. By tonight, everyone will know exactly what you are." He kissed Mary's temple. Trash. Mary found him 3 weeks later in a shelter on the east side. The kind of place she used to volunteer at when she had nothing. When Pius told her she was wasting time on people who didn't matter. He looked smaller, thinner. His expensive suit replaced with donated sweatpants and a stained t-shirt. He was eating from a styrofoam container when he saw her. The spoon clattered to the table. "Hello, Pius." He said nothing, just stared. "I wanted to show you something." She pulled out her phone, pulled up the website. "Your mansion, the one the government seized. I bought it at auction." His hands started shaking. "I'm turning it into a women's shelter. For women leaving abusive relationships. Women who lost everything. Women who need a second chance." She smiled. Genuine warmth. "We're calling it the Second Chance Foundation. Mary, the first resident, moves in next week. Single mother. 2 kids. Her husband left her with nothing." She tilted her head. "Reminded me of someone." She turned to leave. Stopped at the door. "Stay in the gutter where you belong, Pius. You're comfortable there." Mary stood in their penthouse overlooking Seoul. City lights stretched forever. Behind her, Jacky wrapped his arms around her waist, pulled her against his chest. "No more nightmares?" he murmured against her neck. "No more nightmares." She'd slept through the night for the first time in years. No dreams of being poor. No dreams of Pius's voice telling her she was nothing. Just peace. "The foundation is getting 20 applications a day," she said. Women who need help. Women like I was. His arms tightened. You're not her anymore. No, I'm not. She turned in his arms, looked up at him. I'm Mary Kim, wife of the dragon, queen of my own empire. He smiled, that rare, genuine smile reserved only for her. My Maria, she touched his face. Thank you for loving me when I had nothing, for protecting me, for letting me be strong. You were always strong. I just gave you the tools to show it. Outside, snow started to fall. Christmas lights twinkled across the city. Inside, she was warm, safe, loved, never a victim again, only a queen. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and share this video. Comment where you watched from and what you gained. And remember, always be kind, because you never know when you're crossing paths with a queen in disguise. See you in our next video.